It's a brand new day, here and now. Shine your light on us. We wait on you to come again. Shine your light on us, Lord.
Hi guys, welcome
Hi.
back to another installment of Teens Class, and today we have a special guest. This topic needs wisdom, and Reverend Joyce was not available, so we
Tuseme tu you have me because
so we
not because
found
somebody else
Pastor
was there.
Lily. Welcome, Lily.
Thanks.
Today our topic is fasting. We've been fasting. If you've been looking at our social media pages and even on our WhatsApp groups, we're fasting for 21 days, and 7 days have passed. And now guys are like, okay, we are fasting. What is fasting? So, and why do we need to fast? And all those questions that you've sent in. So, Lily, what is fasting?
I think if we put it in very simple terms, it's to deny yourself something that is really valuable to you, and take that time or that thing that you're denying and give it to God. Like we're fasting food because food is that important. Like
It's
wezi shibila
very-
food,
it's very
you know.
important. Hey.
But then dedicating the same time and energy towards spending time in prayer with God.
So you're saying if let's say we're fasting as a church, and then at lunchtime I don't eat, but I just go, I go play FIFA. Am I fasting?
No, I mean fasting sio kukosa chakula. Kuna tofauti.
Yeah,
Because kuna kujikalisha njaa.
Yeah.
There's starving yourself and there's fasting. Fasting is when that time that you'd have been eating, you dedicate that time to prayer. And a lot of times fasting like that is brought about by, as in you want to show God how serious you are about something that you're praying about, And so you dedicate that time. Send up
so-
kucheza PlayStation.
So fasting is that it involves denying myself something that I really like.
Yeah.
And instead of doing it or participating in that activity, I spend it with God.
Exactly.
Okay. Definition of terms. Now, the next thing is, after defining what, then why? Why do we
Before
fast?
even why, then me sometimes watu wananiuliza, is this for young people? Like inakanga kitu ya wamama
Oh,
wazee church yani.
by the way, it feels like it's for the
It's for the-
intercessors
yeah.
of the church.
And they're the ones who should pray. Like me at
So
my
who?
age, I'm 16.
Yeah.
Who should fast?
Who should fast?
And what should we fast?
Who should fast? I think when it comes to who should fast, it's everyone. Everyone who is physically able. We are all at that age, especially because we're talking with teenagers, you can miss a meal. There are days when you've
Wow,
missed.
unajua vile food ni
No, but
ya
kuna
muhimu kwa hii stage.
kuna masiku umebangaiza tu, hey. It's evening and you really haven't eaten.
Yeah.
But
Hajakufa.
na hujakufa. So if at that point, if you're able to not participate in taking of food, then instead of just not having food, why not spend that time having fellowship with God, just spending time with God, whether be it in prayer and the word. So that's, I think, who should fast?
who
It's
should-
literally everyone.
Yeah.
As long as, there are people who fast, but you need to eat, maybe have a medical
Yeah, I was going to say when you
condition.
say now who should, then
Yeah.
who shouldn't. Okay.
Yeah, who
At your
shouldn't?
age, we're not going to discuss about the pregnant ones because then the pregnant
Imagine that was
ones-
the first one.
Yeah, pregnant ones should not. But for you guys, we're not discussing that. You're CNU. But guys who are on medication, guys who
Yeah.
are unwell, guys who have anything going on like condition and you
Yeah.
need dawa or you need, then
to eat
you
food
need
regularly.
guidance.
Yeah.
You need, even if you were to, because then we'll talk about the types of
Yeah.
fasts. You can do another type of fast that is not the dry fast and all that.
Yeah.
So if you're sick and you're on medication,
But please don't feign sickness. Unajua kuna
kuna ile ugonjwa ya
kuna ile
yenye
ugonjwa mazee.
unasikia tumekamsa ya kufast.
Eti we're fasting. Mazee mimi niko na shida ya duodenum.
Hata una duodenum.
So there's that. Now, but who should, who shouldn't? Next is why.
Why do we fast?
Why do we fast?
Yeah.
Lily, why do we fast?
For me, as in plain layman language, I think we fast just to show God the seriousness of what we are petitioning for.
Yeah.
When Esther was going to see the king, it was life and death. As in, it was, if the king does not show her like his ring, she's dead.
Yeah,
As in,
yeah.
and the Israelites are dead. It was that serious. And they were so serious about it, they would go and fast for some days before she went in because they wanted to show God the gravity. Yani. Sijui nisemaje, yani ni
The
kile kitu,
weight.
the weight of what you want, yani to the point
Yeah.
where you're willing to give up food for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's mostly it. You know, sometimes we talk about one of the reasons why we fast is because we want to petition God for something. But there's another time when you like when the children of Israel had sinned against God and had seen that God was angry, they then went into a period of fasting just to show God, you know what? We value you and
Yeah.
set us free first of all from this sin. Maybe there's a sin that has held you for so long and you're trying to let go of it and it's hard. Then you just go, the weight, as you said, the weight of it is, I don't even want food.
Yeah.
I would desire to be free from it.
Yeah.
It's just showing that desire, and sometimes desiring God more than you desire food.
Yeah.
And just showing God, you know what, I desire you more than I desire food. I desire
Yeah.
to spend time with you more than I desire to eat. So,
Because people naturally think you fast because you want something.
yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to know God more. You just want to
True.
spend more time with God, and you realize your PlayStation has taken so much priority. You don't remember the
Yeah.
last time you actually prayed past 3 minutes. You know those prayers za kuomba tu unangoja tu, as in you just,
unangoja pia si wake.
you know, like God, thanks. Or ya kuombea bedside Baptist, you know,
Oh, yeah.
unaomba kaa usingizi imekam, yani
Unaamka saa
unamkanga
9
asubuhi,
kusema
amen, you know.
Alafu
Yeah.
Oh, you've been there. Yeah, so there's that part of just why you should fast, not necessarily just to get something, but also just to grow in your walk with God.
go deeper with
To grow
God.
deeper with
Yeah.
God. And if I were to ask you, are there seasons where you've just felt like fasting, not apart from the one that the church says? Are there times that you felt like you've just gone into a period of fasting? Maybe kama ni personal, pole, but just are there some of those? Have you ever had those experiences?
Yeah, a lot. I remember when I was in high school. In fact, in high school, I used to fast. Weekly. As in, I used to, I still remember I used to fast at least 3 days a week.
High school?
High school. High school nilikuwa pastor.
Hey, it is good that we brought you. I am sorry for thinking you are a substitute.
You know, as in, because for me, the person who was my friend brought me into salvation, really taught me about prayer. And for me, I valued prayer, and I had to fast and just, because I wanted, in fact, in high school, I didn't even want things. I wanted to know God more.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
sometimes, even as a pastor right now, sometimes I feel, sometimes you have this feeling of there are people who know God more than you.
Yeah.
As in, sometimes I read books, you know, I started reading recently, reading again. I used to read then I
I
got
was
children.
about to say, you started reading.
Started reading again because I used to read before my children. And sometimes I read certain authors and I'm like, God, yani they hear you. It's like wanakusikia kivingine vile mimi nasikia. Ushaisoma verse alafu mtu mwingine akasoma na akakuelezea like, what? You know?
Wapi?
And so sometimes I find myself fasting because I want to know. Sometimes I tell God, yani plainly, I want you to talk to me. Mimi nitakusikia hata mimi. But yes, I've also had times when I've had to fast for stuff in my own life and just tell God, help me with this. And needless to say, there's nothing any strong like fasting. Fasting is a prayer on another level. Yeah.
So another reason why we should fast is it's not just because we're fasting as a church. You know, there are times you'll find someone, the only time they fast is when the church says, let us fast. And then you're
21
like,
days.
By the way, we're fasting. But if it's something that you can do on your own without being, even as an individual, because you all have individual needs. Hata mimi nilianza kufast campus. High school, but my metabolism was too fast. I had enough excuses, but I have a fast metabolism.
I have a faster metabolism.
Maze nikikosa food sasa, So I think really I have fasted for KCSE. Other than that, but when I got to campus,
kuna mtu fasting ya KCSE. Sasa everybody wakokanga KCSE month.
during that period.
See you inaja.
Iwe tulijaza. So, but when I got to campus, I got to that period of, as you said, I want to know you more, God. I want to experience you for myself and have a greater understanding of you. And I'll be honest, it is at those times when when your body is so uncomfortable, it just stops annoying you, and then God speaks. Then you spend more time, because you're, as Paul would say, you're beating your body and building your spirit.
Yeah.
Now, so we've done what, we've done why, we've done who. Now,
How?
how do we fast?
So there are different types of fasting, and Nathan is going to tell us the types.
I am.
There,
I am.
you are.
I am.
There are people who, like, sometimes I sit with people who say, I've been fasting for 40 days, you know. I've been fasting for, you know, I'm
Yeah.
petitioning God for something. I've been fasting for 45 days. And sometimes you listen to them, you have never fasted. You're like, what? Nitaifika huko. And then
Yeah.
at some point you get so discouraged, unaachana nayo, unaamua hiyo ni ya watu shipiri, like we said, intercessors wa kanisa, wale wa mama wanajua kuomba. But anybody can grow in fasting. Let's pick food, for instance. You don't have to begin with missing all 3 meals.
Yeah.
You can miss 1 meal and eat the next. You'll tell us about those things.
Yeah,
You know, you
yeah.
can eat fruits and keep your, you know, grow.
Yeah.
Grow.
Grow
Because unaweza kuwa
underline.
stuck hapo kwa meal moja
Yeah.
useme by the way kitu si mbaya. The idea is to also grow your fasting, because the more you grow your fasting, the deeper you go in your prayer, you know. So the types of fasting then we do how?
So types of fasting, there is one where you deny yourself. Well, the one that you all know is no food. So there's one called a dry fast, where you don't eat, you don't take anything for the period of time that you're fasting. Sometimes people do 3 days, sometimes people do 1 day, 24 hours. So there's that. And then there's one that's, you just don't take solid food, where you can take water, you can take juice. Uji is not a liquid food. Please. I know
Sasa uji utasikia njaa. Uji ni appetizer. Like, what's coming next?
First time I fasted, I was told you can take liquids. I was like, Uji? So, but you don't take solid food. You don't take anything solid, but you just take fluids.
Yeah.
So that's called a wet fast. And then there is one, there's not necessarily a name. People call it a Daniel fast. We'll call it a vegetable fast. So you don't take bread, you don't take meat, you don't take rice, you don't take ugali. You just take vegetables and fruits. And in all those things, even unakula matunda lakini ushibi. So there
3
are those.
mangoes down, you're like, what? Nenda. Yeah.
So there's that type of fast.
Yeah.
And in all these things, as you deny yourself the food you like and just take, you know, basics, inile too, just to keep you running,
Yeah.
which is the one we've talked about. Then there's the one for juice and just liquids, and one for dry. In all these things, there is a sense of denial.
Yeah. Because Nathan, naona hata ya kusema ukule fruits, unalipisha na fruits. Yaani unakula mpaka umeshiba, unakula membe 10.
So
kujaza
don't-
tumbo. The idea is not kukula mpaka kushiba. The
Yeah,
idea
it's
is
just
to eat something that will keep you,
that
if
can
for a
sustain you.
reason you're
Yeah.
not strong enough to do a
The
higher
whole
level
day,
of fast,
yeah.
you know.
So it's not exactly. It's
Like
not
for the sick people, you know,
if
a
you're
vegetable
sick,
fast
you can take vegetables. You can take.
would work.
Si ati
you know.
Buddha, hey, maembe 6, machungwa 5.
Alafu unasema una fast.
Na umeblend beetroot. Sijui
Alafu
nini.
unasema una fast. You know.
Unakula
And then-
matunda hadi unalala.
Then there's this other thing where by the time, let's say you're doing a 24-hour, 6 jioni inafika.
Yeah.
Unakula chakula watu 7, unalipisha ya kesho.
Yeah.
You know?
Actually, which takes me to Isaiah. I've forgotten the chapter of Isaiah where it talks about true fasting. And it talks about how it is not, you know, even Jesus said, you don't, actually that's the how. No, you take the how. You take the how.
Kuna watu wengine walikuwa wanaitwa mafarisi. Farisi.
No,
Faris.
Mafarisayo. Farisayo.
Ao.
Farisi ni farasi.
Walikuwa wakifast, yani mpaka ionekane wamefast.
Yeah.
Unakauka mdomo, unatembea inasomba mood, unaenda kulala kwa kiti. Yani you sleep so that, especially now that we're home from school, naenda tu kulala hiyo masaa tu zipite ifike 6. Ukuta tu mtoto wako tu ala fast. You know.
Umekauka mdomo.
You know. That's why I tell you take water.
Yeah.
The idea is to deny yourself without showing the whole world that you're denying
Yeah.
yourself and to take the time to pray. And so still oil your lips na tafadhali kunywa maji so that you don't look like you're dying.
Yeah.
And don't sleep the hours off. Spend the time praying.
Exactly.
But let me just mention, for some people, food is not an issue. And of course, some of you will say, yenyewe food si issue kwangu, mimi naweza kaa njaa." Be honest. Because some people watasema si food just so that wasikae
Yeah,
food. Some
yeah.
people, it's your phone.
Oh.
Some people, you need to fast your phone.
Yeah. Where
And tell yourself, siguzi simu from 6 to 6. You know, because some of you, you actually need, you can live with your phone. Usinyimwe tu, yani unyimwe food, you can live without food. But your phone, uko tu za hivi, mpaka your parent wonders whether you're in the same house, you know.
And it's true, because we spend tons of time on our phone. So you could be fasting food, but you're ever on your phone. Then it's what people call, as I said, if you fast and don't pray, it's a hunger strike.
Yeah, you know.
Where to?
Umejikalisha njaa.
Yeah, but
Can I be quite honest with you?
Yeah.
I had to fast Facebook.
you were that crazy into
Hey.
Facebook. Facebook, for those of you who don't know, came before Instagram.
There was a time nilikuwa nikiamka tu Facebook, until I realized Facebook is controlling my life. As in I can't, niko tu. Then I realized, sifanyi kitu. Unajua ile unaamkia asubuhi nikaa Pinterest. Unaamka unacheki kitu moja. And then somebody...
Pinterest is also like Facebook and
or
Instagram.
I should talk about the things that you know. And then, you know, you see one thing and then it gets you interested, you see the next, then you see, before you know it, 3 hours. And you can be my witness. Umekaa tu hapo. Una scroll tu. And then the thing with Facebook and Instagram and all these things, there's always something updating, somebody updating something.
Yeah.
And guess what? It's now a whole network. Ukimalizana na Instagram,
Unaenda huyu,
uende Twitter. Ukimalizana na Twitter, uende status za WhatsApp. Umalize status za WhatsApp, uende, as in before you know it,
is a status, by the way.
saa 7 imefika. Uko tu.
And exactly. So,
Paka makucha inauma huku.
so sometimes you have to be honest with yourself. What is
Yeah.
it that you feel is super taking your time?
Itakuuma.
What is
Itakuuma
it that
ukiacha.
will harm you, will hurt you, and will bother
harm
you?
you,
Not harm. Harm is a bad
Itakuwasha
word.
yani.
Itakuwasha.
Ukiacha.
When you take ukiacha, na uache sasa hivi.
Ma Xbox.
Hapo umehit close to home. Umehit close to home. But yeah,
Yeah.
things that, and in so doing, as you deny yourself, you seek after God.
Yeah.
You spend time instead with God. And you grow in that.
Yeah.
You grow in that. I remember the first day I fasted, my goodness.
You thought you were dying.
Mi nilikuwa wale,
Unaandikanga
when
wili.
is 6 arriving?
Angalia wote. By the way, hiyo ndio siku watch I saw you.
It is not moving.
Hiyo ndio siku mtu anakuletea lunch. I remember I was fasting in Nairobi and I was doing, I think it was a week of fasting. Thursday yani, not as in haikuwa the whole week, nilikuwa
Yeah.
na 24 hours. Niko tu nimekaa tu hivi kwa ofisi. Mtu anaingia kwa ofisi anasema, "Pasi, I just thought about you guys today. Ameleta pizza ya Nando's." I'm like, yani of all the days.
Na hajawahi kuja hizo siku
Hajawahi
zingine.
kuja. Never.
Me, those are the days you tell God, God now.
That's why it's discipline. Yani ni kujikataza.
It's a discipline
Yeah.
of self-denial. And the beauty of it, it comes with a reward.
Exactly.
It comes. The Bible, even Jesus said, blessed are they who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they'll be filled. Like when you stop hungering for your food
Yeah.
and instead start hungering for righteousness and for God,
Yeah.
He will fill. He
Exactly.
will fill. He always fills.
Yeah.
Like fasting has a reward in itself.
Yeah.
Fasting has like the desperation that you show in your denying of food. God doesn't go, yeah. No,
It moves the heart of God.
it does.
I remember when the Israelites were praying, I mean reading, not I remember like I was there. As in, when Esther, when they were praying, she didn't know whether she'd enter that place and she'd be killed. But things turned around because she actually took the time to petition God before she went. And I remember, you know, some of the stories that I've read in the Bible, the disciples, when they're trying to cast out an evil spirit from, from the boy, I think it's Luke what? I forget. But they tried, and, you know, they're asking Jesus, Mark actually, it's Mark, the one that has that verse is Mark. They asked Jesus, why is it that we couldn't do it and we're your disciples, even as we prayed?
Yeah.
And Jesus told them, you know, something can only be done through prayer
and fasting.
and fasting. As in, there's higher power, there's higher in being able to, it shows God how serious you are
Yeah,
and about
exactly.
it.
Yeah.
And it moves the heart of God.
And sometimes maybe you have a tough decision before you. It's hard, it's difficult, and you don't know how and what to do, pray and fast over it.
Even relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah, we prayed with my pal because she didn't know what to do. She just wanted God to show her. Not just sometimes unambenga Mungu, please show me. Then anakuonyesha na
No,
please
not
show me.
Show me, not that one. Show me.
anakuonyesha like, please show me.
Yeah.
And for her, you know, she was just praying, and the answer that she got was so clear what God was saying.
Yeah.
And even at a young age, that day I remember thinking to myself, nye Mungu jibu hizi maombi.
I mean, I'm just like, hey, so I need to. So pray and fast over your relationships. Yeah, but all in all, fasting is an important spiritual discipline. Reading the Bible, praying and fasting, they go together. So we welcome you for the remaining 14 days. Maybe the past 7 days,
Ulikuwa kusema ni intercessors wa church
zimekupita, ni
na pastors.
intercessors, ni wazazi. Welcome you for the next 14 days to fast. One, what you know is important to you, and as you fast, to seek God. Not just deny and do other things, but fast and seek God. Deny yourself food, just lunch. Let's start with lunch. Tusiseme breakfast, lunch, and supper. Hey,
Kidogo kidogo mtatuachia.
mtasema akae nayo, so just lunch. And during that period of lunchtime, pray and read your Bible. And in that, just ask God, if you don't have anything, tell God, I want to know you.
Yeah.
And God will truly, truly answer.
Yeah.
Lily, want to say something as we close?
I just want to invite them to join us, you know, and pray for some of the decisions you need to make. Pray for tomorrow, pray for the things, school,
Yeah.
jobs, you know, for some of the things ahead of you. Stop thinking about today. You know, there's tomorrow, there's life after, as in life after Corona, life
Yeah.
after Form
Yeah.
4, the
True.
college you're going to, the person you'll end up marrying, the job you'll end up
The
doing.
children you will have.
Uko mbele, as in to begin to petition God for some of those things. But guess what? Even at your age, to just ask God, like, you know, I want to go deeper with you. I want to know you more. Because if you're sincere, God will
He
show
will.
himself
He
to
will.
you. Yeah.
He doesn't hide.
Yeah.
He shows himself.
I challenge for you whose thumbs are stuck on your phone, fast your phone.
Yeah.
Tell yourself from 6 asubuhi mpaka 6 jioni. And then usifast hours zenye ukuangi kwa phone. Because some of us are nocturnal. Unakuanga kwa phone usiku alafu unaifast mchana kusema kumbe I can do this thing.
A time that you know.
It matters,
It matters.
to you. Nika kufast kukula usiku hata sitakula midnight.
So
Usingizi inakusaidia.
oh. Kwa hayo machache. Welcome to the 14-day fast for you if you haven't been with us. And let's see. Let's see what God will do in our lives.
Na tuko church.
By the way, we're in
Kuna
church.
ka-service kameiva.
Yo, if you're in Kericho, every
And it's environs.
Sunday, and it's environs. Oh yeah, and it's environs. Every Sunday.
Kuna sugo zonyo, so and it's environs.
Every Sunday from noon.
Yeah.
From noon, just come from noon.
Yeah.
We have a service specifically tailored to young people.
Yeah.
I know maybe the hymns have gotten old. Don't worry.
Wait.
We have a way of making them new. We have a way of making them new.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. We have a service that's specifically set for you, with speakers set for you. Maybe even I may be preaching on that day, or Lily,
Dude.
or Hezron, or Piggy. So, so you're welcome for service every Sunday from noon. Sawa
Yeah.
sawa. See you there. God bless.
It's not the same place, a different place.
Different place.
Different clothes.